Something is wrong. He was grinning wickedly. Then he laughed and said, No way to let an old hag in my house anymore. I want a divorce. I was surprised at such a sudden declaration of divorce, but there was only one answer. Yeah, okay. What? Eric's voice came out of his head. Are you serious? My name is Naomi. I'm 47-year-old office lady. My husband Eric and I have been married for 23 years. He is 50 years old, 3 years older than me, a senior manager of a normal company. When we were just got married, he loved me so much and we had a happy married life. But now our relationship has completely cooled off. We have one daughter who graduated from college. When she got a job, she left home and started living alone. After we were left alone as a couple, we hardly even talk to each other. And when we do talk, it's usually some sort of an argument. Eric has never helped me with the housework. I just get more and more frustrated every day. One day, I came home after working late. But when I come into, he's laying on the sofa and doing nothing but just watching TV. I'm sure he knew I was home. But he said nothing, not even looked at me. I was wondering if he's home earlier than I am. At least prepare the dinner, or at least clean yourself up. But Eric never does anything like that. On the contrary, he's the kind of person who leaves his clothes on the floor. Hey, put your own clothes in the laundry basket, okay? Okay, we'll do that later. When is your later? After the dinner. I'm starving. Where is our dinner? Even you say so. Didn't you see me getting home just now? If you are going to complain like that, just wait until it's done or help me. No, I'm tired from work. Besides, housework is a woman's job. Stop complaining and do your job. I don't like the way you talk to me. Doesn't sound like from a respect for senior manager. Well, no matter what you say, I am the boss, and everyone loves me. I don't believe it. I don't think any of your subordinates would follow you. That's it. What a mean wife. Isn't your fault for working overtime in the first place? Now is a busy season. Everyone else is working overtime. It doesn't matter if we're good or not. Then everyone at the company you work for is dumped at their job. Huh? Stop making fun of my co-workers and subordinates. Then why don't you quit your job? What would I do that? I work because I like my job. And it was you said that I could keep working after we got married. That was a long time ago. I don't know how miserable is this company, which has to hire an old hack like you. An old hack? Don't you dare talk to me like that. I'm just telling you the truth. Shut your mouth up and just get on your job. Our dinner. Now. Whatever. I'm going out for my dinner. Hey, seriously? I decided to end this nonsense argument and went out. And that's how it looks like when I was with Eric, fighting all the time. When we had our daughter at home, we used to have conversations as a family, but now that she's gone, all the conversations we had are arguments. I thought Eric and I were married in love. How did our relationship turn so cold? Moreover, the reason we got together was because Eric made an aggressive approach to me. During our relationship, he was extremely kind to me and did a lot for me. We got married because he proposed to me. I thought it was a woman's happiness to be loved and married. That fact that Eric has turned into such a cold person towards me makes me feel so frustrated. I felt he's changed in the last few years. I could have a feeling that he's cheating on me. But he is very careful about it. I can't find a shred of evidence to prove it. I did think about hiring an agency, but there is a part of me that still believes in Eric. I know it may sound crazy that our relationship went at this cold, but we've been together for 23 years. I wanted to believe in him. I had a lot of difficult days like that, and every time when I was with him, I feel nothing but disappointed. After a few months of working hard and housework, Eric told me that he had something to talk to me. What on earth does he want? What do you want? Something is wrong. He was grinning wickedly, and then he laughed and said, I can't have an old hug anymore. I want a divorce. I was surprised at such a sudden declaration of divorce, but there was only one answer. Yeah, okay. What? Eric's voice came out of his head. Are you serious? We're talking about divorce. Yet I know what we are talking about. It means to end our marriage. Do you? You know how much trouble you'd get into if we got divorced. I mean, don't you care about what people think? I know it would be a rough time, but I'm working now, and I don't care about what people think. There are divorced people all over the world. Yeah, well, I mean, you are the one who proposed the divorce, and now what's your concern? Don't tell me you expected me to say that I don't want a divorce. No, just didn't think you'd say yes so easily. It was you saying that you wanted a divorce. Doesn't this make you feel satisfied if I say yes to you? Yes, that's true, but, what? It's a threat or what? You're just saying without actually wanting a divorce? No, of course. Then let's get a divorce. Well, the divorce papers. I don't have them right now. I thought you prepared everything. What a dumb. Shut up, I'll be right back. I'll get them right now. Eric took the divorce papers right away under my provocation. Are you really sure about that? Oh my goodness, just filled up the goddamn divorce papers. Okay. Just let you know, I'm not having an affair. Why are you saying this all of a sudden? I told you I'm not having an affair. It's more suspicious that you said that. Let's make a firm decision of property. Eric seemed quite surprised that I accepted the divorce so readily. But I guess that's not surprising, considering the way he's been behaving and the terrible outbursts he's been making. I mean, who wouldn't want a divorce? I just have a good job, and we don't have any problems making ends meet. After the divorce was finalized, I immediately called our daughter to tell her that we were divorcing. As you can imagine, my daughter was surprised. She had seen and heard her dad's words and attitude toward me. She was convinced that I had agreed to the divorce right away. By the way, has he called or texted you? I haven't gotten one yet, but I'm sure I get one today. Eric has spoiled our daughter to show his love, but our daughter doesn't like him that much. When she was a child, he was busy with work and never showed up in any parent-child activities. They made her feel very lonely. And because she witnessed the swears and attitude he had towards me, as she grows older, she is disgusted with her father more and more. That's really a jerk. The most horrible father. Oh wait, I just got a message from him. What did he say? He said you're sleeping up, and he said he's lonely and wants me to come over. I don't want to meet him at all, but I'm glad that I can see you without any worries, Mom. Let's go out for dinner sometime. Yeah, sure. Yay! But why did Dad suddenly ask for a divorce? Isn't it strange? Well, he said he wasn't cheating on me, which I didn't even ask him about. Maybe he's having an affair. What? If he was, he'd be really a jerk. Well, I'm just speculating. If it's true, I'm not going to see him anymore. After that conversation, I hung up the phone with my daughter. About a month or later, I went to the cafe where I was meeting my daughter. Mom, it's been a while. 6 months since last time. You look great and your face is glowing. Maybe it's because I'm stress-free now. You live alone now, right? Yes, I live in an apartment near my office. It's a lot helpful for the traffic, and no need to do chores for 2 people anymore. I have a lot more time and spent with my friends and hobbies. I'm just happy now. That's great. You know, if this is what it's come to, I wish I'd gotten divorced earlier. You're right. Who doesn't hate serving a person with that disturbing look? I really do. Know what? He called me an old hag. He did? That's disgusting. After a brief conversation with my daughter, she started talking about something a little awkwardly. You know, about that thing the other day, you were saying that might be having an affair. I was curious, so I asked the agency to look into it. Oh, really? Did you get the results? Yes, here are the results. I nervously read the results my daughter handed me, and there were pictures of Eric with a young woman, holding arms happily in hotels and homes. He cheated on me, didn't he? How else could it be possible? I was shocked. I was right. He left me for another woman. Mom, there's no time to be sad. We've got the evidence. I think you should get your alimony. I know. By the way, the agent you hired, I have to pay the money. You can do that after you get the alimony from Dad. But I don't know how can I prove this adultery. There's chances he did it after we divorced. Actually, I already have the proof. What? What do you mean? She showed me another document. These are the conversations between Dad and his lover. How did you get it? I happened to use him. According to the story, my daughter went to Eric's house to see him. She served him a home-cooked meal and made him drink a lot of wine. He was so happy to see his daughter and got to enjoy the food, the wine prepared from her. So he drank a ton and was completely drunk. And our daughter used his hand to open the fingerprint authentication of his phone. She took a screenshot of the conversations he had with the lover in WhatsApp and sent it to her own account to get proof. Oh my dear, you're amazing. Because I just can't forget Dad for cheating on you and having an affair. That's enough for you to win. Yes, thank you. We're going to fight him and his lover. Then we will need to call Eric and tell him I want to talk about the alimony. He won't come if I'm here. So my daughter asked to meet him alone, and we're going to catch him at a cafe. When my daughter and Eric arrived, I showed up and sit down. Then Eric gave me a very disapproving look. Why is she here? I don't want to see you either, but I have something important to tell you. What? What do you want to talk about? You were having an affair, weren't you? What are you talking about? I told you at the time of the divorce that I wasn't having an affair. You seem to be able to hide it well then. Well, you can't blame the professionals on doing their job too well. I said that, and I spread out on the table the photos my daughter got from the agency. Eric was surprised. This is the woman I'm with after breaking up with you. So I wasn't cheating. Well, I knew you'd say that. Actually, there's something more. What? And I showed him what our daughter prepared for us. I showed him the printout of the conversations in WhatsApp. These are all dated when we were still married. That, along with the photos from earlier, is definitely evidence. How did you get this? The day we drank at home, I looked up your phone and copied everything. You did that? That's not appropriate. You can't just check someone's phone without permission. Don't you tell me what's not appropriate. You have a wife and a daughter. You are a family man, but you think it's appropriate to just destroy this family? And now you're here teaching me what's appropriate? Bullshit. I hate you. Hearing his dearest daughter hates him, Eric got pale. I have all this evidence and I'm demanding the alimony. What are you talking about? We've already broken up. I don't owe you any money. You are really an idiot, aren't you? Statute of limitations on cheating is 3 years. I mean, we've only been broken up for about a month. I have plenty of time to file for alimony. Oh no. Well, then, we're done here. Let's go through our lawyer for the rest of the application. Oh, Dad, there was one last thing I forgot to tell you. What is it? Eric looks at my daughter like he's expecting something. You have no right to call Mom an old hug. I mean, Dad, you're an old fogey to me, too. You need to stop acting like a great person but talking shit to the people around you. If you're also doing this to your colleagues, God, they must hate you a lot. I, as your daughter, hate you too. She bursted all of these comments to him. Eric was frozen in shock. He had tears in his eyes. I left the cafe with my daughter without saying goodbye to him. After that, we went straight to our other opponent, Eric's lover. We were supposed to meet at another cafe. When my daughter and I went there, the woman was already there. She was waiting for us, smoking a cigarette. What do you two want for me? To be short, I want you to pay my alimony because you're having an affair with my husband. What? Alimony? I started seeing him after he became single. That's not adultery. I showed her the same evidence I showed Eric. This proves that it was an affair. My lawyer said I could get alimony. But you're already divorced. You can't get alimony if you're already divorced. You are such an idiot. Like my ex-husband, I guess birds of a feather flock together. What are you trying to say? Just an old hug from nowhere. Ha! That's what my ex used to say to me. That is such a dumb asshole. What's the point of dating an old woman who thinks she could cover her age by the thick makeup? Who the hell do you think you are? To me, you're also an old woman, and you're just a part-time, right? I'd rather have a mom who's been working full-time and in an overqualified position. I'd say she's more independent, respectable woman. All right. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't making fun of you for being a part-time. I'm just trying to make a point that you're not even this close to be as good as my mother. What the hell is wrong with this bitch? Fuck off! I'm glad she said that to Eric's lover. Anyway, I told you about the alimony. Even if you get divorced, the statute of limitation on alimony for adultery is 3 years. You're kidding me. No, it's true. And I also sent a surprise to your house. What? Your husband will know about the affair. Okay, wait a minute. That's not what I heard. What if I got divorced? That's your business. You destroyed people's family. Don't think you can get all the benefits. The woman froze in her tracks, her face pale. My daughter and I left the restaurant feeling refreshed. After that, Eric and the woman paid me the alimony. Both of them were also charged by the fair partner's husband. They are forced to live in extreme poverty. By the way, I sent the evidence later to Eric's workplace as well. So Eric's infidelity spread throughout the company. I heard that Eric was taking his senior manager position. Also, I heard that my daughter is going to work with someone with Eric's company. She heard something about him that he was the most unpopular senior manager in the company. When he was taking the position, everyone was hooray. Well, not difficult to imagine. I couldn't help but laugh out when imagined that everyone was so satisfied with the result. The only good thing he had, his high income, was gone. No one would be interested in him anymore. At best, he'd spend the rest of his time lonely and isolated. I, on the other hand, am doing so well in both my work and private life. I will keep on visiting my daughter and friends regularly, having some hobbies and enjoying them. I like to spend my days to the fullest. Had no idea that this person who keeps on saying something moral harassment also is one of the world's husband who cheats on his wife. Fortunately, they have an excellent daughter. She's like a character in Mission Impossible. What a brilliant strategy she thinks of. The way she proved her husband's infidelity and won the alimony was also amazing. Let's hope Naomi will be free to do whatever she wants in the rest of her life. Thank you for watching till the end. Please subscribe to the channel if you like. See you again in the next video.